Welcome back to the show, everybody. James Rule, XRP, Tuesday, September the 23rd, 2025. Wow. We have some more late breaking news. I'll tell you what, we're going to talk about crypto millionaires. We're going to talk about Ripple and BlackRock. We are going to get excited. We're going to look at MXRP, yields on MXRP. And we're going to make it one and done. I am not a financial advisor. I'm a cryptocurrency teacher. The video should be loud and clear. I have done some tweaks on my microphone and on my sound settings, so I should be coming in loud and clear, people. Follow me on X at RuleXRP, and we're going to go and get into it. One of my major sponsors is iTrustCapital, and I always talk about iTrustCapital. Why? Because 5 years ago, I took all of my old 401ks. I went from job to job to job, and all these 401ks were just sitting there stagnant. And what did I do? I rolled them into a cryptocurrency-enabled IRA with iTrustCapital, and I didn't have to worry about a 2 or 4% a year on my 401ks. I was able to put it in digital assets and grow with the ecosystems. Check it out. iTrustCapital. There's no monthly fees. You can roll over 401ks and IRAs, no extra charge. There's only a 1% conversion fee going from USD to crypto and from crypto back to USD. Check out the link below. Click on it and tell them James Rule XRP sent you by. Okay, everybody, CoinGecko.com. I'll tell you, I'm so excited this morning. This is going to be fun. Total crypto market is right on the edge of $4 trillion. Bitcoin is $112,951. Ethereum is $4,196. XRP, $2.86. Are you backing up the truck? Okay, here's the news that came out this morning from Ripple. How do you unlock real-time liquidity for institutional assets? With RLUSD, Ripple's stablecoin. Our new partnership with Securitize will allow holders of BlackRock's BUIDL and VanEck US's VBIL to instantly exchange their shares for RLUSD, thereby preserving exposure to on-chain yield and other DeFi capabilities. Securitize is also integrating with the XRP ledger to expand access and utility, get this, to the XRP ecosystem, people. Are you backing up the truck? This is how we're building the infrastructure for more efficient, compliant, and on-chain future, people. People have been saying, no, BlackRock's not going to do an XRP ETF. No, they're too big. They have trillions under management. Well, I beg to differ. Here is the release today, September 23rd, 2025. Ripple and Securitize enable RLUSD smart contract functionality for BlackRock's BUIDL and VanEck's VBIL tokenized funds. And this kind of breaks it down for you. Right here it says, making RLUSD available as an exchange option for tokenized funds is a natural next step as we continue to bridge traditional finance and crypto, says Jack McDonald, SVP of stablecoins at Ripple. RLUSD is for institutional use, offering regulatory clarity, stability, and real utility. As adoption grows, partnerships with trusted platforms like Securitize are key to unlocking new liquidity and enterprise-grade use cases. I'll leave a link to everything we cover in the description of this video. We're going to look at the panel at Ripple Swell, the speakers this year in November in New York. And as we go down the list again, I'm going to reiterate on all these major institutions. You got NASDAQ, you got BNY Mellon, you got Franklin Templeton, Citi, BlackRock, JP Morgan, Bitwise, Fidelity. Let's keep going. Hidden Road, XTX Markets, Coinbase. I mean, it's massive. All of these financial institutions, all of these big players are moving to the blockchain, people. And it's happening now. And we are getting in early enough. Here's JP Morgan. Early enough to benefit from the fruits of our labor. Many of us are going to be millionaires. A lot of us are going to be billionaires. Check this out. This article just came out. There are now 241,700 people globally who can measure their wealth in 7 figures thanks to investment in cryptocurrencies. A 40% rise in a year, people. This is Yahoo Finance UK. Ranks of crypto millionaires boom 40% in a year as Bitcoin races to all-time highs. The number of crypto millionaires around the world has jumped by almost half to almost 250,000, according to a new report. There are now 241,700 people globally who can measure their wealth in seven figures. A figure was revealed by Crypto Wealth Report 2025 from international residents and citizen advisory specialist Henley and Partners. The biggest and oldest cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, has been the biggest driver with 145,100 millionaires holders, up 70% in a year with a combined wealth of $3.3 trillion. Bitcoin is currently trading just over 113,000. The report claims that there are now 450 individuals controlling cryptocurrencies worth at least $100 million. So-called centimillionaires up 38%. At the very top of the wealth pyramid, there are 36 crypto billionaires, an increase of 29%. In the next 5 years, how many crypto billionaires are there going to be? Are we going to be in the hundreds, or are we going to have 1,000 crypto billionaires? The report said 2025 has been a watershed year for institutional adoption, highlighting by the first ever cryptocurrencies launched by a sitting U.S. President and First Lady. Dominic Volek, Group Head of Private Clients at Henley and Partners, said, while roughly $14.4 trillion worth of wealth crossed national borders in 2024, the entire architecture of modern finance assumes that money has a home address, but cryptocurrency doesn't. For millennia, storing wealth meant anchoring it into place, people. This is massive. Here is the wealth report, and it breaks down the number of millionaires with crypto, millionaires with Bitcoin, centimillionaires, which is $100 million in value plus, billionaires, total crypto users, 590 million total crypto users. Man, I'm going to leave everything below and just think about, the millionaires are going to be the new billion, or the billionaires are going to be the new millionaires. There's going to be a new asset class because these little mysterious digital assets that you have put in your wallets, and you buy a little bit here and you buy a little bit there. You have no clue of how massive and how huge gains are going to take place in your portfolio. You are going to freak out when you wake up and you have $100,000. You're going to freak out when you wake up one day and you have $1 million in your portfolio. You're going to freak out. Many of you are going to freak out when you have 100 million in your portfolio. And a lot of you are going to freak out when you hit $1 billion in your portfolio, people. And if you're new to this, and if you're young, and if you're putting a lot of money into it, man, 10 to 20 years from now, I can't even fathom what the value is going to be for a lot of you out there. All right, let's look at mXRP. I'm just so excited. My tail is wagging. Panos. Anodos Finance. I know Panos, real nice guy in the community. There are many questions around mXRP that I've gathered the 10 most common ones and created frequently asked questions. What is mXRP? mXRP is the first liquid staking token on the XRP ledger. It's a yield-bearing version of XRP that generates yield for its holders. So the price of mXRP should continuously grow against XRP and trade at a premium. In simple words, mXRP equals XRP plus accumulated yield. Where can I buy it? Well, you have two options. You can either go directly to the issuer's platform, Midas app, to mint mXRP, but it has limitations on jurisdictions, and it's a bit complicated since you must bridge and use multiple wallets. It's not available in the United States. Or you can simply use dex.anodos.finance to access it directly from the XRP ledger and swap from XRP to mXRP without any complications. You're going to set a trust line. You could use the XAMAN wallet. You can exchange XRP for mXRP and make yield. Where does the yield come from? From various strategies, including lending, market making, depositing on DeFi protocols, etc. The asset managers first lock XRP and borrow against it in stablecoins, and then they use the stablecoin capital for different strategies to make money. The whole process is transparent and can be accessible here. I'll leave a link to this entire thread so you can click on each link yourself. How do I claim the yield or redeem for XRP? All you need to do is hold mXRP. Something to clarify is that you don't receive extra tokens. The yield and rewards are automatically added and embedded into mXRP's value. So the way it works is that in 1 year, now selling 100 mXRP should get you 110 XRP. If the 10% APY is maintained, the API and yield will be updated on a weekly basis. So the profit is realized once swapped back into XRP or redeemed via Midas app./mXRP. As more and more yield is generated, mXRP's price should continuously grow against XRP, making it more and more expensive and giving you more and more XRP over time when you swap it back. That makes total sense. There's also an option to provide liquidity on the XRP mXRP pool for extra yield generated by the LP fees. Is it risk-free? How safe is it? Nothing in life is risk-free, and mXRP is no exception. Everything involves risk, either high or low. There's always a chance of smart contract bugs, platform issues, or market swings messing things up. But this is launched by industry leaders such as Axelar and Midas, which are also audited and regulated. You should always do your research and decide for yourself if it's worth the risk for you or not. Do I have to give up my XRP? Well, mXRP works in a similar way to other liquid staking tokens such as STETH, Jito Soy, and SAVAX, which means that if you want to get yield from these tokens, you have to buy the asset and hold it. Either that's by selling XRP or adding new capital to buy mXRP. Is it good for XRP? Will add buying or selling pressure? As mentioned by Axelar and Midas, the goal is to become a perpetual buyer of XRP. Every XRP used to mint mXRP is locked, meaning it's taken out of circulation, and with the yield generated, more XRP is bought, adding constant buying pressure. What's the role of Anodos Finance on this? Anodos is one of the main partners of Axelar and the go-to DEX interface for the XRPL ecosystem, giving easy access to mXRP via swaps and liquidity pools. Axelar's bridge is used to move mXRP from the XRPL EVM sidechain to XRPL, bringing mXRP directly to the XRPL mainnet, and through Anodos DEX, users can easily access it without going through complicated procedures from the EVM sidechain. I'm going to show you the DEX here in a second. Bear with me. There's a lot of XRPL, MDEX, mXRP, all that. A lot of people are getting confused right now. Okay, so what's the difference between mXRP and FXRP? mXRP and FXRP are a bit different, but ultimately both good for XRP and the XRPL. mXRP is a yield-bearing token that is available directly on the XRP ledger and is backed one-to-one by XRP. It has some centralized elements, and the capital is managed by asset managers, but easily accessible. FXRP, on the other hand, is a trustless version of XRP on Flare network, backed and over-collateralized by Flare stablecoins and XRP, but it doesn't inherently generate yield like mXRP. FXRP is used primarily on the Flare network and deploying it yourself into different DeFi protocols and strategies to generate yield, while mXRP is not trustless but does all the heavy lifting for you, and all you need is just to buy and hold. Should I jump into with all my XRP? Not me. As with any asset, never put everything in one basket. First, understand how it works, what are the risks, and what amounts you feel comfortable investing and holding. You can also listen to some key points from Axelar and Midas founders with Crypto Eddie, and you could also listen to a spaces with Anodos and the team. So here I'm going to show you. This is dex.anodos.finance, and this is the mXRP APY 10%. I have 0 in my balance. My wallet is not connected. And if we go to the exchange here, you could sell your XRP. You could choose to sell it for mXRP. And if we do 1 XRP, I don't have my wallet connected. You can see that 1 XRP is worth 0.99 mXRP. And Wallet Connect, if you come up here and go sign in, you can choose the XAMAN wallet app. You can scan the QR code. You can use Crossmark or Gem. I always use XAMAN wallet. It's easy to use. It's XRP ledger centric. You can set trust lines. You can swap XRP for tokens, tokens for XRP. So it makes it real easy. And Panos and Anodos is making this easy for everybody. Thank you very much, Panos. So here in about an hour and 10 minutes, I am going to be attending Grayscale's GDLC Insights from Grayscale and CoinDesk Indices on the Crypto 5. It's going to be a webinar from 11 to 11:45 a.m. Eastern, and I'm going to participate. So I will give you some feedback on this webinar after it completes. They're going to be talking about the top 5 cryptos that are in this Grayscale fund, which includes XRP and Bitcoin and ETH and Solana. But XRP is going to be there, and I'm going to be there, so get excited. And make sure you subscribe to the James Earl Crypto Show. Like I said, there's so much exciting news. It's just Tuesday. In 2 days, we have received so much positive news in this space. And as we enter into the fourth quarter and all these ETFs and all these bills are passed and all these banks go live, I tell you what, you are going to freak out, people. There's going to be so many new millionaires in the world. People are absolutely going to freak out. And you're going to be able to take care of your families. And you're going to be able to take care of future generations if you play your cards right. And right now, the secret to doing that is just hold on to what you have. Hodl. Hold on for dear life, people. Have a good one. We'll see you on the flip side. James Earl XRP is out of here. And don't forget, I told you so.